Hey guys, RTT back here for another video. Guys, today I'm going to give you my review of gaming on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. How good is it? Does it operate better than, let's say, the Surface Duo would, being the other foldable phone on the market right now? Now, taking a look right now, I want to go ahead and take a look at a couple of different applications. Starting off right away, we're going to go ahead and start off with the actual remote play app of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 right here, which lets you be able to go ahead and connect with your PlayStation and actually be able to run it off your smartphone. Any Android phone, any iPhone lets you be able to do this, but I do love doing this on my actual foldable phones because of the bigger phone, the foldable screens. Now, starting off right away, you guys can see that it actually has two different orientations. If you're new to this application, we have our first orientation right here, which actually kind of resembles more or less like a gamepad, like a kind of like a Nintendo DS. Now, this looks a lot better on the Surface Duo because of Surface Duo's size and the two screens, but this still looks very cool. You can just operate it like normal, as you guys can see, no issue at all. Now, if you put this horizontally though, that's when you go ahead and get more of a full screen type experience, where of course now you have your touch screens on the you actually have your touch screen controls, which is like a game controller, and then you also have on the screen the actual full on screen ratio, which I do like a lot. Now, the thing that does suck about this is that you cannot get rid of these black bezels right here, so no matter what you do, you're gonna kind of be stuck in that same situation with the bezels. It's not too much of a big deal to me, but it's one of those things where looking at it, you're probably going to not love it too much, but it kind of goes away very quickly when it comes to actually using this device and utilizing this whole entire thing. So it's not too much of a big deal, but it is something to take in consideration. Now, for gaming in general though, it does an amazing job at gaming off of this PlayStation Remote app. Like I said before, the Surface Duo does a great job, and this also does a great job of doing it. To be honest, I really like the screen, how much bigger the screen is. Like, comparing it real fast to the Surface Duo, you know, the screen of the Surface Duo is bigger, but it's just that hinge in the middle puts so much divide. As you guys can see, you can literally see right down the hinge here. While on this Galaxy Fold 3, there's no hinge at all. So you don't have to worry about that hinge getting in, you know, and disrupting your actual viewpoint and your viewing of the media while playing the game, which I do like a lot. Now, if we go ahead and get out of this one and we go ahead and go on to our next app we're going to talk about. All right, guys, so now going ahead and getting the Xbox Game Pass. I'll tell you right now, it took me an hour trying to get this to work because I have a SCUF controller right here, but SCUF controllers cannot work with the Galaxy Fold 3 for some reason. You have to use a typical Xbox One, Xbox Series S, or Xbox Series X controller. Have a SCUF and it would not work at all. Wouldn't even pair to a Android phone in any way. So I had to go ahead and find my old controller to go ahead and get this to work. But to be honest, this works like a freaking charm. Once you go ahead and load this up, it looks absolutely gorgeous and it works so perfect. No matter what game you do go ahead and play on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. And I'll say this like I said before, I like this 100 times better than I like it on the Surface Duo. Surprisingly enough, because with the Surface Duo, if you go ahead and put in full screen with the hinge in the middle, you have a hinge that affects your view. And also, the biggest issue I have when you do that also is that you're actually going ahead and getting screen tear, right? There's some screen tear that go ahead and happens when you go ahead and, you know, do it in full screen mode. Now, you can play in intent mode when it comes to the the Surface Duo, but it just doesn't look good to me, in my opinion. It just kind of looks a little, I don't know. It's a little bit smaller screen. That definitely takes away from the fun of playing this. Now, you can go ahead and play this in more laptop mode if you want to. So, if you're like playing it like this, for example, and you don't want to have it, you know, you have facing you instead of having it, you know, just straight down, you can go ahead and do that. So you can actually see a little bit better of the whole entire game while you're sitting on your couch or sitting on your maybe bed or chair, whatever. You can actually go ahead and do that. And to be honest, it does look and play very well, and I do definitely love Game Pass on this device. I don't use Game Pass too often, and the reason why I don't use Game Pass that much is because you have to have a controller at all times while you're playing it. While when you're playing when you're playing the PlayStation Remote app, you don't have to have it. And also it's very limited to what you can play on the actual Game Pass, while on the remote app I can play any game that's on my PlayStation. So it's one of those things where, yes, you have to be connected to it. So there's give and takes with everything, right? There's things that are good, things that are bad, but overall I will say I definitely do love this Game Pass on this device because it looks absolutely gorgeous. I know the camera is not, picking up and giving it justice right now, but absolutely looks amazing. So next thing I'm going to talk about is actually some more of games that are just actually made for the actual device, right? So not games that are related on Xbox or PlayStation, actual games that are created for this device. And here's a really good game. It's actually going to go ahead and be a racing type simulator. And if we go ahead and pick this up real fast, you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out for you guys right here. So I actually crashed right there. But it actually does work and play absolutely amazing. So there is 12 gigabytes of RAM on the Z Fold 3, which actually adds so much to the gaming experience. It makes games run more fluently. And of course, this 120 hertz display right here is absolutely gorgeous. Now, even though it's a 120 hertz display right here, it doesn't mean really anything when it comes to gaming, because most games are optimized for most phones, which are 60 hertz phones. So even though, yes, there is a huge gigantic display, it looks gorgeous 120 hertz, it's not really doing much to help you, because of the fact that, of course, you're not getting that 120 hertz while you're playing. You're only getting that 60 hertz while you're playing. So it's one of those things where, yeah, you're kind of losing a little bit because of the fact that, not everything nowadays is meant for 120 hertz. But as time goes on, I think a lot more and more things are starting to become, more readily available for 120 hertz. We saw the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra did go ahead and have, 120 hertz. And that, of course, is, bringing more of the mainstream media into 120 hertz IO displays, and we will see that with a brand new iPhone iteration, 120 hertz too. So overall, guys, my opinion of the Z Fold 3 when it comes to gaming experience is it's a great phone. It has a lot of ups and downs. Yes, is it perfect? No. But for the most part, it gets the job done. It has 12 gigabytes of RAM, a beautiful in the display, 7.6-inch display. You get plenty of game time, plenty of game experience. Now, when it comes to battery life, yes, it's going to eat through your battery life very, very quickly when you're trying to go ahead and game on this phone. Especially if you're using inner display with the 7.6-inch display, which, to be honest, I couldn't see why you wouldn't be using this display. But because of that, it will eat through your battery life very, very quickly. Recommendation would be, if you are gaming on this device, go to settings and change it back to 60 hertz display for the inner display while you're gaming, to save yourself some battery life, because you're not getting the 120 hertz while you're gaming. So there's no point to go ahead and put it at 120 hertz. But overall, like I said, it gets the job done. It does everything you need and some. And if you are trying to game, you're going to have a pretty good time gaming on this device. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.